the yogis, in a sense, it's multi-step, but it's become more common in the US anyway. They call it the 8 limbs of yoga. And it's important to look at it that we're complex beings, so that it takes multiple facets to work on it, so that we sort of arrive at that state as sort of an ideal way of being. And it's choices all the time that we make, that by making those choices, we create freedom in ourselves. Freedom from the patterns, freedom from our innate traveling. And that is really what yoga is how do I create mental freedom? How do I create physical freedom? How do I create emotional freedom? So that I can actually choose how I will be in this moment. And I'm not driven by my past. I'm not driven by my fears. I'm not driven by my anxieties. I'm actually free of all that. And then I can choose. I can choose to be kind. I can choose to sit in love. Does that make sense? So many times folks come because of our culture again. You know, we like to go to the doctor and say, can I have a pill that's going to take care of my anxiety and I can go back to my hectic life? You know, you know, we don't really want to sort of do the foundational work. But again, the yogic system is actually saying, no, we need to decompose all of that stuff that you're doing and then recreate something that actually is grounded and solid and complete. So so basically it starts, they're called limbs, but they're also steps, because you don't go to the highest limb first, but you don't let go of the bottom. So you basically add on, and you sort of sustain the practice. Are you all able to hear me now? So the first one, I call them the yogic 10 commandments, which is basically, they're called yamas and niyamas. And they're ways to being in the world and ways to being with yourself. And it's very common sense. You know, if I'm cheating, if I'm stealing, if I am having affairs, I don't think I would be able to be too relaxed, right? If I actually have a very convoluted life, you know, where there is an integrity in me, how can I have peace of mind? If I go around lying, and then I have to remember what did I say to you, or what did I say to the other person, it would be pretty hard to be calm. So basically, the yamas and niyamas basically explain very simple, the 10 commandments. You know, sort of be a good citizen, be a good neighbor, be a good person. It's a little more detailed than that, but I like the simplicity of keeping it that way. The difference with the yogis is that it doesn't say, if you don't follow the 10 commandments, you're going to go to hell. They don't care. If you follow the 10 commandments, you're going to start having peace. If you don't, no big deal. You could just have another life after one. You'll come back. Maybe the next life you'll make that choice. And there's a part of that I really like. You know, there's no judgment in sort of our system. It's just basically, does it feel like this is the right time that you want to make a change? And if it is, this is the practices you can start doing that will help you make that change. If it isn't, no problem. You know, because there's a certain level of detachment and a certain recognition that there's divine timing. And, you know, there's a sense of when you're ready. I had a good friend who was an alcoholic, and once I asked him, I said, what made you make that change? And he said, I have no idea, I was an alcoholic. But one day I woke up and I decided that I wasn't going to be. So he didn't even know consciously why he made the change. It was just sort of the divine timing to do that. And for me, this is part of our process. The next level, which is sort of this yoga practice that we have, it is basically to help you get ready to sit in many ways, and to help get rid of our nervous energy, our tensions, our excess activities. So while we do all this fancy yoga, it also works to go for a run. It also works to whatever it takes to get that nervous energy out. I do believe that the asana is ideal because it helps balance the body energetically, has all this extra added benefits. But the primary purpose for it was just to get the nervous energy out so you could sit. Because it's very hard to sit and meditate if your mind is going at 1,000,000 miles a minute. You kind of get that. The third aspect is basically breath work, which is, at the simplest level, is to become aware of your breathing. Your breathing is a reflection of your emotional state. Your breathing is the most physical manifestation we have of our energy body. So with practice, one does begin to feel and see energy. But before you sort of get there, you can know that with every breath that you take, you're not only taking oxygen in, you're actually taking prana, or chi, which is the life force that's right inside the breath. So by becoming aware and learning to, if you use the word manipulate, that you do, learning to adjust our breathing, we actually change the whole balance of our physical body. So breath work is a very big part of sort of the yogic